All right, everyone, welcome to our gentle yoga today. This is kind of geared towards more of a bedtime type of yoga. Some people do prefer to do that in bed, but I do recommend a mat, a harder surface. If you have a firmer bed, you may be okay, but just be mindful you don't want to overstretch, which a soft mattress does sometimes allow. So when you're ready, let's take a nice deep breath and lie down into Shavasana here. Their palms facing up, eyes nice and closed. Remember, you can take a water break whenever you need it. Just listen to your body and go at its own pace. Let's take some nice big deep breaths here. Nice big inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Just keep this pace up, nice and slow, controlled, full inhales through the nose. That nice little exhale and sigh through the mouth. And just start focusing on that breath, letting the calmness take over. This can be done just before bed or even if you need a little de-stress in the afternoon. A good little stretch just to get you calm and relaxed to fall asleep tonight. Let's take one more big full cycle of breath here, relaxing everything one last time. Inhaling and exhaling melt. Your next inhale, we're going to pull just the right knee into the chest, and we're just going to grasp just below the knee, just a little lightly. We're just going to go a little side to side here. Maybe pulling your knee a little bit closer towards you. Just getting in that hip joint, loosening everything up. Maybe feeling a little stretch in any of those muscles if you move one way or the other way. Let's come back to stillness. I'm going to put my right hand on the ground and take my left hand on the outside edge of that knee, and I'm going to pull it across my body, lifting up the hip, but keeping the shoulder on the mat. Maybe looking over the right side, just a gentle spinal twist here, so don't force anything. Just let gravity take that leg. Just a nice little twist here as we breathe. Inhaling to lengthen. Exhaling, try and melt a little bit more in the twist. Let's do 2 more breaths just like this. Last breath. On your next inhale, let's pull everything back to center. You're going to straighten that leg and just grab behind that thigh into that hamstring. You don't have to quite straighten the leg here. Just go to with a little bit of a stretch here. But let's flex that toe. You're going to have a softness in that knee. We're just going to draw some little circles in one direction with the heel. Again, right to that hip socket. Just releasing any tension, especially from all that sitting. Let's change directions. There you go. Let's come to stillness. Take a nice big inhale, release slightly. As you exhale, pull a little deeper and just hold it here for a full cycle of breath. I'm going to release that leg and just gently lower it back down to the ground. Reset your hips if you have to. And on your next inhale, we're going to pull the left knee and clasping just below the knee. And we're just going to do a little side to side motion here. Again, going anywhere that leg feels comfortable going today. You can pull it a little bit closer to you if you'd like. Or back it off out of that stretch. It's up to you. It's a nice gentle stretch. So don't go deep today. Just listen to that body where a little bit is enough. Let's come back to center. I'm going to place my left hand on the ground. Right hand comes to the outside edge of that knee. And I'm going to take a nice big inhale here. And as I exhale, I'm going to pull my left knee over to the right as I look over the left shoulder. Again, you'll see my knee is not on the ground. My foot's not on the ground. Just holding this nice gentle stretch in my spine. Exhaling, always melting a little deeper. Inhaling, really planting that hand down into the mat. Let's take one more big breath here. Good, and when you're ready on your next inhale, let's bring the knee back up. We're going to straighten the leg. You can grab behind the hamstring again, flexing the toe. Again, you don't have to go super deep here, but with that heel, let's start drawing some little circles in one direction. Still breathing here, just at your own pace, but really focus on slow, deep breaths to help calm the body and mind. And let's switch directions with those circles. There you go. Last one. And come to stillness. Take a nice big inhale. And as you exhale, pull that leg just a little deeper, just a little bit, and hold it here for a full cycle of breath. And when you're ready on the next inhale, release the leg slowly back down. You can plant the foot on the mat. I'm going to bring the right foot up to meet it. I'm going to walk the feet together. Let the knees fall open here in our Baddha Konasana. And just let gravity take them. If you want, you can add your hands for a little weight, but we're not being active here. Just letting the knees fall apart, opening up the inner thighs, really opening up that sacral chakra right here. And try and relax the shoulders if you're feeling a little tense. Just relax your face muscles. Just focus on breathing slow and deep, letting that movement just happen. Let's take 2 more breaths here. Last breath. When we're on the ground here, you can feel free to have those eyes closed if you'd like. I'm going to inhale, bring the knees back together, and walk the feet mat width apart. I'm going to let the knees drop over to the right and then the left. Just a little windshield wiper here, releasing some of that tension from the hips and the back from the day. Going at your own pace. Just seeing how this feels. Oh, it should be nice. Just go as deep as you want, as fast as you want. Just do a few more. I'm going to do one more each side. Last one. I'm going to bring my knees back up to center, and as I take my next inhale, I'm going to pull both knees in, lift my head. I'm going to roll my knees over to the right side so I can turn over into a nice tabletop position just for a second here. Take a nice big inhale, lengthen out the spine. And then exhale, I'm going to send the hips back. Just walk the hands out. Your choice here if you want to go a little wider or a little more narrow with this child's pose. I'm going to do a little more exploration in child's pose, so feel free for your little yogi choice here. Just take a few deep breaths here. Inhale and just lift the chest a little bit. Exhale and sinking deeper. Maybe you want to walk the fingertips a little farther away, getting a little bit more of a stretch underneath those arms. Coming back to that breath. Letting your focus be breath and movement and stretch. Letting your mind calm and relax here. Next, inhale, just walk your hands a little closer so you can just lift your head up off the mat. Take your right palm, flip it up, and you're going to slide it underneath your left armpit, reaching it as far as you can so you can drop that right shoulder and that right ear. Getting a little bit of a nice shoulder, upper back stretch here. Still trying to sink those hips back. If you want to go a little deeper, you can press into that left palm, engaging it and pushing those hips back a little bit so you're putting a little more pressure into the shoulder. Just breathe here. Last breath. Your next inhale, lift the head. You're going to untwist, bring the right hand back to meet the left. Flip the left palm to the side. And then you're going to reach the left palm underneath the right armpit as you reach as far away from you as you can. So you come to drop the left shoulder. and left ear, looking underneath that armpit. Again, if you want to go deeper, you can engage that right hand, pressing down through all those fingertips, pushing your body away from that hand. Trying to sink a little deeper here on those exhales. Take one more breath here. On that next inhale, I'm going to untwist and come back up to tabletop. And this time I'm going to bring my knees together and my toes together. We're going to narrow child's pose. So I'm going to send my hips back over my feet. I'm going to drop my forehead to the mat. And bring my hands and arms behind my legs, palms facing up. Letting the shoulders roll down and melt. Just letting them hang here. Releasing any tension you have. Carrying in that back. Just breathe. Make any little micro adjustments you need to hear. Maybe a little swaying, maybe a little adjusting of your body. Alright, you're going to hold this for 2 more breaths, so get comfortable. Fully inhale and fully exhale. Last one. When you're ready, next inhale, let's bring our hands up. We're going to walk ourselves back into tabletop. You can widen your knees. You're going to walk your hands all the way so you're in just a little plank position, and as we exhale, little baby all the way down. And we're going to rest our right ear on the mat, so we're looking over to the left, and you're going to put your arms in that nice cactus position, 90 degrees at the armpits, 90 degrees at the elbows. Alright, so this is a really challenging pose here, so you don't have to go super deep here. So just take a deep breath here. I'm going to bend my left knee, because I'm looking to my left. I'm going to lift my hip up and over. And just, again, let gravity take a little bit of spinal twist, but this is really focusing on that right pec. You can use your left hand to post here. Keep that left knee bent and just let gravity take it. Just go as far as your shoulder is comfortable here. Take another big deep breath here. And when you're ready, next inhale, slowly come back to center. Then bring your left arm back down to that 90 degrees and just turn your gaze so now you're looking to the right. Take a nice breath here. Exhale, melt into the mat. When you're ready, this time you're going to bend the right knee, lift that knee up, and lift the right foot up and over to the left side. This time stretching out that left pec, letting gravity take the right foot. Again, the right hand can come up to post to stabilize. This shouldn't be a challenging pose muscular-wise. This should just be a nice, relaxing, melting stretch right into that left pec. Last breath here. When you're ready, next inhale, let's bring ourselves back to center. Either bring your chin or your forehead to the ground and bring your hands just under your shoulders. You're going to take the tops of your feet and press them into the ground. Engage your quads, maybe squeeze your glutes a little bit, and lift your knees up off the ground here. Just a little activity here. Last breath. And release. We're going to inhale, press ourselves up into tabletop position. Walk yourself back to whatever is comfortable. And this is really one of the other reasons why I suggest being on your mat instead of your bed just before this pose. I'm going to step my left foot forward, So I'm kind of in this 90 degree position, but keep your body down. My left hand down on the ground. I'm going to bring it on the inside of my foot. Lunge forward here into that knee. If you find you don't have a long enough stance, you can always walk that foot back. Take a breath here, just stretching out that hip flexor. Take another breath. Good, release. Just come up. Let's walk our hands back. Keep the toes on the mat and just try and straighten out that leg as much as you can. Lift out through that chest. Just a little bit of a stretch in that hamstring. Just a quick one. Let's walk our hands backward, still on the inside of that left foot. This time I'm going to bend the right knee, lifting the foot up. If you can grab that foot. If not, you're just going to use those hamstrings and pull it towards you. Right, so you can just be here sinking that hip down, getting a little bit more into the hip flexor part of the quad. Get deeper into the muscle belly if you can grab it with me. Take one more breath here. Good. Release that foot gently down. I'm going to bring my left knee back. I'm going to step my right foot forward, bringing my right hand on the inside. Maybe walking that left knee back if you need to. And then we're going to lunge here. Nice low lunge, keeping the spine long, lifting up the chin. These will be the hardest poses we do today. Everything else will be on the ground, so don't worry. Last breath here. Good, and then we're going to walk our hands back, releasing that hip flexor stretch, keeping the right foot on the ground, stretching out that right hamstring. You can bring your hands to your hips or wherever to support yourself, just for a breath here. Good, let's walk our hands back, still on the inside of that right foot. So you've got your two options here. So you can bend the left knee and just squeeze those hamstrings to help release the quads. Or if you have the option and you can reach that foot, you can grab it. All right, so take your option here. That's it. One more breath. You've got your foot, release it back down, and let's walk the right foot knee back to meet the left. I'm going to walk my knees nice and wide, bring the big toes together, and send ourselves back for an extended child's pose with a nice wide legs. And I'm going to try and place my full arms on the ground. Obviously, you're not going to get there, depending on your flexibility. Place as much of your arms on the ground, spreading those fingers. And just lift the chin up, so you're looking just a little in front of you, just getting a little bit of a stretch through the front body into the throat. The chakra there. Take two more big deep breaths here. The last one. Your next inhale, walk yourself back up to tabletop, and we're going to find a nice, comfortable, seated position. Doesn't matter where, but face the camera. We're going to sit up nice and tall. Just close your eyes here for a little mini recoup on that breath. Having your palms face down on your thighs. Just giving yourself a little energy, lengthening up through the crown of your head. Focusing on a nice slow big inhale. Maybe give me a little sigh exhale. Let's do that one more time. Nice big inhale in. Sigh exhale. All right, you're going to open your eyes. I'm going to place my left hand on the side, just wherever you feel comfortable. I'm going to inhale, reach the right arm up overhead, palm facing the front, and I'm going to just lean over so you can walk that left hand out wherever is comfortable, making sure we're not leaning forward. Open up that armpit to the sky. Doing a nice stretch here on the left side body. but making sure both sit bones are pressing into the mat. Take 2 more big slow breaths here, really reaching with those fingers. Last breath. When you're ready on that next inhale, I'm going to reach that right arm up and place it on the mat. Just keep walking it a little farther whenever you feel comfortable. Plant the hand, take an exhale. On the next inhale, we're going to reach the left arm up overhead. Watch the right hands. Really reaching. Make sure we open up, lengthening out, especially through the side. Make sure you're not crunching too much on that right side. As we reach up, we're keeping the spine long. Let's take one more breath here. Inhale, bring the left arm back down. Lengthen out through the spine. We're going to do a few neck stretches here. So I'm going to clasp my hands just like this, but I'm going to clasp them behind me. I'm going to pull my shoulder blades together, down and back. You can lift those hands up off that back. Lengthening out through the crown of the head. Take a full cycle of breath here. Exhale and release. So I'm going to take my hands to the small of my waist here on the left side. If you can't bring the waist, just pull your hands over as much as you can. Really using that left arm to pull over. And then I'm going to take my left ear to my left shoulder, really stretching out the right side of that neck. Again, if you want, you can tilt the chin just a little to the sky to deepen and intensify the stretch. Or stay where you are. Remember, it's all about your journey, your pose, your body. Last breath here. Exhale, release all the air out. Release the neck, release the arms, and bring them back over. And now to the right side, really getting into that right, either hip or waistline, whatever you can. When you're ready, you're going to drop your right ear to your right shoulder. So I'm stretching out the left side. Tilting the chin up if you'd like, or just holding it wherever you feel comfortable. Remember, the only thing bending here is the neck. Lengthening out the rest of that spine. Sitting up tall. Last breath. When you're ready, release the neck, release the hands. Let's bring the arms forward. So I'm going to clasp my hands and put them behind my head and open up those arms. Take a nice big inhale here. And as I exhale, I'm going to close the elbows and sink back a little bit into my back, almost like I'm doing a seated cat. Inhale, open up those arms, exaggerate, extending that chest forward like a seated cow, going at your own pace. Taking a nice big inhale. Exhale, sink deep. Inhale, open up. Just do one more of each. Exhale. Last one, nice big inhale. And release. All right, we're going to do modified eagle arms here just because we're taking it nice and gentle. So I'm going to inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. As I exhale, I'm going to bring the right arm underneath the left, and I'm going to just hug my shoulders out. As I inhale, again, lift those arms up just as much as I can, keeping the back flat. Just use that bottom shoulder, get a little length. Exhale, release. Let's just do one more. Inhale, lift up. Hold it here for a full cycle breath. Take that inhale. Exhale, release. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale, come down. Left arm comes underneath this time, giving yourself a nice hug. Puff up that spine as you exhale. This time, inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, hold. Take another big inhale here. Exhale, release. Last one, inhale up. hold for your exhale. Really lift those shoulders up as you inhale. Exhale, release. Good. Let's just give those shoulders a little bit of a roll. One way. And then the other. And when you're ready, if you're facing like me, the long edge of your mat, you can scooch so you're facing the base. And tuck my chin, grab my knees, and just slowly roll back onto my back. Letting first my feet come to the mat. As I walk my feet out, mat width apart, I'm just going to let my knees hang in together here. Nice big inhale here. Exhale, let yourself melt. Bring those palms facing up, kind of into Shavasana arms. Make any little micro adjustment here that you have to. You can slowly walk your feet out to Shavasana, letting the feet just hang loose. Maybe pinching the shoulder blades under just a little bit to open up the heart to the sky. Ready to receive some love and energy. And close your eyes here. Just relaxing. Focusing back in on that breath. Letting all the other thoughts go. We're going to do a little deep breathing exercise in a few seconds. Just listen to the sound of my voice. Let all other thoughts go. Let's take a nice big inhale here. Exhale everything out. Try and follow with this pace. Everybody's just going to hold that out for a second. All right, let's come with me. Let's inhale here. Hold the breath in at the top. And exhale for 6 counts. For 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the emptiness. Let's inhale big for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold your empty or your fullness. Exhale here for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the emptiness. Take your next inhale. Fully expand those lungs for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold the fullness and release for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keep this going just for a little bit longer in your own mind, counting yourself. Let that count be your focus. You can be as auditory here as you want, especially on those exhales. Maybe sighing, maybe doing a little constriction with the back of the throat if you'd like. Yogi's choice here. Fully expanding. Don't forget that pause at the top of fullness. Fully compressing all that air out at the bottom. And just feel that emptiness. That endless cycle of filling and releasing. It's like the cycle of life. We'll have our high moments in life and our low moments in life. But everything always cycles back up and down. Make sure you're in the high space full of love and air and peace. You really enjoy it, embrace it, and remember it. When you're in that low, empty, drained state, stressed, you gotta allow your mind. Just remember, you have these mechanisms. Yoga helps. Come back to some breathing and look for the little light in your life that brings a little joy and happiness. Just let your breath pace come back to normal after you finish your last cycle of this. Really enjoying the feeling. Now, of course, if you're in bed and you're ready to go, feel free to turn off your device and just enjoy bed. If not, you're going to inhale. We're going to pull our knees into our chest, a little hug, and I'm going to drop them over to the left side so I can press myself up into a nice, comfortable seated position. whether it's on your knees or cross-legged. Just move slowly here, not making your body too much. Just acknowledging this practice. Bring the palms together at heart center, thanking ourselves for taking the time to relax and breathe today. Thank you for you and your fellow yogis for sharing this practice with me today. From the light in me to the light in you, namaste. Have a great day, guys, and hopefully you feel a little more light and relaxed.